throttle up.
Alright, let's start off with a prayer. Now let me stop. Okay. We rolling?
We rolling.
Can't Make This Up podcast, episode 39. That's, I'm not gonna say it in Spanish, I tried, but this is Jay SUAVÉ. Can't Make This Up. This is not a new setup, but usually to the right of me, I have a dark-skinned male with glasses, but he called out of work today, so we kind of doing some improvisation, as you call it. My name is SUAVÉ. I know I said that already, but we doing some improvisation today. Subscribe to the channel, like, comment, follow the Instagram. We got the cameraman.
Yes, sir.
Right. I wish I had the applause button. Don't beat your chest too hard now. I wish I had the applause button here, but we got the cameraman Tay at the front coming in for Brother Rashid. I wasn't gonna let you introduce yourself, but I had to bring you in. How you feeling, brother?
Man, it was a smooth intro. Thank you for the introduction.
For sure.
I'm doing good. It's a little weird being behind the camera, especially like being mic'd up, because like usually I just be like the quiet one behind the camera, shh, and then here you guys go.
So being in front now is like, it's an adjustment.
Yeah, it's different perspective and adjustment. It's cool. I'm just excited here to talk my knowledge, you know, and talk about these good topics. Usually I'm the one that's listening back, but now I get to engage.
You get to engage, and then you get to listen back now. You know
I'm gonna hate myself, like hearing my voice. Yeah,
for sure. Before I did music and I would hear my voice just like on a speaker or something, I used to run and just like, oh, is that me? Oh. Even when I first made my first song, College Girls, when I first heard my voice, I was just like, is that really me? Like, I didn't believe it was me.
Yeah.
Because I really wasn't used to the sound of my voice. But if you use it, once you get used to it, it makes for a good.
Gotcha. I mean, there has to be like some change for you as well, because that's probably like so long ago, and you matured and had a lot of growth. But for me, it's like, you know, when like, you know, back in the day, you used to be on Snapchat, similar to like you with the college days, and you had some party and you're like, yo, this party mad lit, and you just hear everybody commenting on your like story, like, bro, you sound terrible. Like, delete that story.
Right. Or back on the days when you was at a party and you hear yourself on Snapchat the next day.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Good old days. You know, I heard they're talking about putting a price on your storage, because you know how you can save memories. So like, this is actually a genius idea on their end. So now they're doing subscription cloud storage for your memories, which is like a good advantage for the company. And I've been saying I thought of them taking advantage of that, because remember how like all your memories used to take up mad storage, but you don't want to delete them.
Right.
So now people got to pay.
People got to pay.
I don't know if they implemented it yet though, but.
No, I don't think so. I retired off of Snapchat about maybe 5 years ago. The pandemic, I don't know, something about it just made me retire.
Yeah, Snapchat was
it.
like it outgrew like Facebook.
Yeah. Oh,
but
I ain't gonna lie, all the core memories that you want to find out about me and my life between the years of about 2014 and 2022 is there in Snapchat. In my Snapchat memories, Lord, you could relive my whole childhood or my whole teenage years prime. Like, Lord, I was just recorded everywhere. I was saying whatever. You just hear shit, and it's crazy to just see your growth on these apps too. It's just like going through my Snapchat storage. It gives me such a nostalgic feel.
I deleted mine, and like, if you delete yours after like 30 days, it's gone forever. So all my memories are gone, bro. I'm tired.
Tough.
Got the Facebook ones. The Facebook ones make me cringe even more because, like you said, teenage years.
Yeah.
And I was on Facebook from like 8 years old, bro.
Right.
So like, I used to have statuses be like, I'm bored.
And at that time, you typed that thinking you was on to something.
Yeah.
Like, bro, what was I even thinking typing this? Let me delete this now.
I'm chilling tonight. And I didn't even say like TONIG. I put 2NITE.
Man just want to see people he could spell digitally.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? Now, we really do a lot of things on these apps for validation sometimes. We don't really even realize. Because that used to be like the forte back in the day on these apps.
Say that one more time?
That used to be like the forte on these apps just to, type, it still goes on now, I would say. But just to type anything or just to type shit we don't really need to know.
Definitely.
It's probably at a more extreme rate right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, because I mean, social media gives you just a free-flowing opinions. Man, I commented on this post. This dude had a bald spot, and he was like, dudes in the group chat sent me a picture, and it was someone taking a picture from the back. Mm-hmm. So I commented like, yo, bro, don't even worry about it. Hair is a distraction, bro. Back in the day, warriors didn't have to worry about hair. And mad people laughed at the status, bro.
That's mad funny.
So like,
certain ones, yeah.
So you just gotta like bullshit.
Yeah, certain ones I was like, yeah, but this was a good day. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? For sure, bro. That's so funny. Speaking of bald spots, I feel like people with ongoing bald spots, after a while, they're stubborn. I consider them stubborn.
Oh, sure. Yeah, for sure.
Because, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, man.
Like, let it go.
Chill, man.
I'm sorry that my dad is like this. I'm sorry to out you, Dad. If you're watching this, just let it go.
Hey,
let it go. My dad wear a hat everywhere. Mm-hmm. I walked to the bathroom. He had it on in the shower. I said, "Oh Lord." On some T.I.
Hey, man. You gotta believe in the hair still. Like,
he was bald at one point. I don't know what
and it grew back.
But the roof is gone. Who's farting out there?
Oh dang! Nah, I didn't hear that. You got supersonic ears, brother.
No. Nah, it's
they let it loose.
Nah, it's just kids playing, man. We in a house full of kids too, so it's just not full of kids, but a child. Sometimes two children.
Yeah, but back to balding, man. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with being bald, man.
There's nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong at all.
He was bald at one point. It's just like when it grew back, the roof is just missing. That's why he wear a hat all the time.
Got you. I mean,
I'm sorry to expose him.
So good.
Let's just move on. So you celebrate Halloween?
Halloween. I do actually.
Like you have some sort of spirit with the holiday.
Yeah, because
Even if you don't dress up or whatever.
I wouldn't say I have this spirit to be like, yeah, I love Halloween. I think I just love the enthusiasm of going out. And I think that's something I talked to my dad about as well. Like, because it's like, growing up as Caribbean, it's Duppy holiday, Duppy this, Ghost this.
Yeah, right.
So my mom used to never let us dress up, So then when I got to college, like, it was actually fun to like go out, dress up. So I did that every year in college, dress up, go out. Brought the tradition back a little bit, back in the city when we were able to go out.
Yeah. Are you a big scary movie watcher?
Hell yeah. Big scary movie watcher. I love scary movies. Top scary movies. I love Insidious, The Paranormal Activities. The Diary of, The Autopsy of Jane Doe. That's a good one. Like the classic ones as well. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Freddy, Jason. But I haven't watched any this year. Have you?
I mean, every year. I'm always watching some sort of. I'm not just every year. All throughout the year, I'm watching some sort of horror films. I'm a film person, so I'll do horror. I'll do whatever. But especially around Halloween, I try to watch some scary movies. But I bring this up actually because I was having a very interesting conversation with my girl and about horror. Because a lot of horror films that we know to be, we consider like just top tier scary, right? So that's why I asked like what some of ones you watch, like I hear things like the Screams and the Insidious, and I had a really honest conversation about just the stance of where horror has always stood to me, especially as a black person. And let me just make this connection because she basically kind of like jokingly judged me because she catches me laughing at these movies when I watch them. Like, she'll tell you I literally laugh whenever something's scary and insidious. It doesn't matter if it's Scream, The Shining. I've seen it all, bro. I laugh.
Yeah.
And she's like, why do you laugh? Like, what? This is scary. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, she thinks something wrong with me. And I'm really trying to sit here and explain to her that, number one, I laugh at these things because they could never be real. Most of the time,
I agree with that. I agree with that.
These scenarios could never, like, almost never be real. The odds of these situations happening, it's like
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. So that's number one. And number two, it's like, because of number one, as a black person, I do distinguish white horror versus black horror. And especially, it's not too many of these movies that we consider classics that I literally like consider scary. And it's crazy. It sounds crazy to say it's only like maybe a select few. Insidious maybe up there.
Up there for sure.
Exorcist maybe up to Poltergeist maybe up there. But it's only a select few, bro, because I don't really consider Child's Play scary like that. I was never scared of dolls growing up.
Never scared of Chucky, never scared of I wasn't really scared of It either.
I was never I had a thing against clowns as a child, but when I like actually saw It, I was like, this is not scary to me.
Agreed.
And I'm really trying to deep to myself as I'm having this conversation. I know I'm ranting just about why I laugh or whatever. And I told her, I the last scary movie I told her I feel like I saw, like, front to back was a movie like Get Out, right? And then after that, I said a movie after that I consider like scary is a movie like Us. And I explained exactly why. And I said that in these movies, I was like, why did we as black people consider a movie like Get Out scary, right? Because it's an exaggeration of our reality as black people. Watching that movie, it's an exaggeration, but it's really not, because it's an exact representation of how they feel about us. And this is the scary part, is this is a reality that black people, I think, have always had to face, right? So putting these things in these films and these movies to show is really the showing or the display of the real horror that I feel like we're really living in, right? I was really scared watching that movie because I was like, what is going to happen to him? I see myself in him. I don't see myself in a Chucky. I don't see myself in an Insidious. I don't see myself in a Scream. I could never be a white girl tripping, running from no man with a knife.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and
I don't see myself in those scenarios or those characters, but I see myself in a person like a Get Out, right? I see myself in a Us.
And you see, like, the analogy you brought there about the slasher films and white horror, that's excellent, because, like, I brought the same distinction, too, where it's like, slasher movies are not that scary. They're more comedic, because slashing and knife stabbings and all those kinds of attacks is kind of unusual for their environment.
Yeah.
There's a slasher in New York City probably every day or every other day, or knives drawn. So that's our reality. You know, that's our norm. For them, no one goes cutting up somebody in their environment. They're just probably doing fraud or something.
Right. So we do have to consider that white horror movies are also an extension of their culture. So I can't be mad at it all the way. I'm just saying I can't relate to it. So it's like before actually watching these movies, right, as a kid and seeing these from a distance, I thought that I would be scared of such movies.
But not.
But really maturing and being black and just getting older, I'm like, yo, I don't understand the hype behind a lot of these horror films, bro.
I'm gonna put you on. Did you ever there was this Leprechaun movie back in the day. I don't know if you remember it, but it was like this leprechaun, bro. He was basically mad hood, and he would like basically he would go and kill around mad people in the hood and steal their money. And he used to have this line. It's mad funny. I'm gonna put his graphic like right here in the middle, and everyone's gonna be like, yeah, I remember him. And he used to be like, a good friend with weed is a good friend indeed. And then, yo, that leprechaun was mad scary to me because like they brought him to the hood. You get what I'm saying? So that was a good like incorporation of how like they thought about us. They brought horror to us in our environment. I never really seen a horror movie in the hood. It's usually in some suburb, maybe in a city, suburban high school.
Another big reason I can't relate to these films, bro.
Right.
I'm not from these areas. I'm not from suburb. I don't know the last time I seen a suburbs. You know what I'm saying? I live in an urban city like area. You feel me?
Yeah,
like it's a lot of like just metropolitan, you know, transportation systems, all that like just important shit. So that's another, I think the setting of these movies is another big reason I can't relate to them. Like I related to a movie, once again, like Get Out, it happened in the suburbs, but it was a black guy from the hood going to the suburbs. So I'm seeing myself in this character because I'm like, what is this black man doing up here with all these white people? Like all of us were watching the film, you understand?
Facts. I saw that movie in theaters.
Me too.
Okay.
The reaction in the theater,
it was wild.
Everybody was roaring. You understand? When his friend coming at the end thinking it's the police.
Ooh.
Listen, everybody needs a mother. I'm gonna go to a
Everyone needs a brother like that.
Everyone needs a motherfucking Rod as a friend. His name was Rod in the movie, right? And I love Jordan Peele's, the little science on the side. I love Jordan Peele's selection of the name Rod because Rod could really stand for Ride or Die.
I saw where you were going with that.
I think Jordan Peele was very intentional with that name. That's just the nerd in me, though. But back to what I'm saying. There's a difference between black horror and white horror. And as I'm getting older, I can't, especially at this age of 26, bro. I don't relate to a lot of these white films. I watch them. I really will watch them just for the entertainment. I watch it for a good time, but it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, your baby mom calling you?
Chill. It's actually more work that I have to do later.
Child support.
Chill. Decline.
Yeah, man. But you know, I still try to embody the Halloween spirit.
Good. I mean, if you do go out, I would love to see what you dress up this year as.
Yeah, I just recently went to I told you I went to the basketball court today and dressed up as Frozone.
I
played in my Frozone fit, so y'all gonna see that.
Can't wait to see the footage.
Yeah, follow my Instagram. It's gonna be on my backup Instagram. Teo put it right here.
And also like, comment, subscribe.
Facts. Yes. Any topics you want to just touch on, bro? Like, what's going on? What's on your mind?
I guess I can just talk about life.
It's your first episode, so just flow, man.
I just been like watching a lot of sports.
NBA
is coming up.
NBA is about to come back.
Baseball's on, football's on, so it's just overall a good time right now to be a sports fan.
For sure.
Compared to the summer.
Do you have a favorite basketball team?
Basketball team, low key. I'm a Lakers fan.
All right.
And I support the Knicks, of course. Knicks ride or die, whether they suck or they're good. As you know, every New Yorker should be a New York Knicks fan.
We got ride or die fans. We got the most loyal fans. They should have got it done last year, but we just got outplayed by Indiana. The East is wide open. I said it before. The East is so wide open for the Knicks this year. If they don't get it done, something's wrong.
Disclaimer, I barely know anything about basketball, but the one thing I'll tell you this is that I agree that the Knicks should take it a little further this year. I didn't like how they did Thibodeau, though. I'm a big chemistry.
You didn't like?
I didn't like. I mean, I think that they probably voiced concerns to him more than once and you guys definitely talked about this on the podcast before, but I just feel like the chemistry, once you break up a chemistry like that, it's just so hard to get it back because like he was really their guy, core guy, and you just subtracted him from the equation, just thinking a replacement is going to get the job done. It's possible, and it's worked before. Like, look at, I'm reading the Scottie Pippen book, And he's talking about how when they took Doug Collins out and they replaced him with Phil Jackson, and then that's when they went on to win their 6 championships.
Yeah.
So it's possible.
Oh yeah, that was Michael Jordan's first coach, Doug Collins.
Yes.
And I'm so glad you brought that up too, because I love Michael Jordan. I love his story. I didn't necessarily grow up in his era, but I do consider him probably the greatest. For the assassin that he's been through his career. And if you really know Jordan's story, Jordan in his real prime statistical years, where he was just like having these crazy numbers before he really started winning, because Jordan really didn't start winning until like 91.
Agreed.
Right?
Yes, absolutely right.
Before that, he was just like scoring. He was just an all-star. He was just this flashy player through the league, right? So Doug Collins was his coach through all that, right? And they had to make a decision, and I'm glad I want to bring this back to the Thibodeau, what's his name, Mike Woodson. Not Mike Woodson, Mike Brown.
Mike Brown, correct.
Mike Brown. Mike Woodson was the ex-coach of the Knicks. I'm getting it confused. But Mike Brown, and here's my thing.
D'Antoni.
What?
Mike D'Antoni.
What about?
It wasn't Woodson.
No, I'm saying Mike Woodson at one point was a coach for the Knicks.
He really was?
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
Yeah, I think when he was coaching Melo.
That was probably way before my time.
It was 2012, 2011.
You sure it wasn't D'Antoni?
Nah,
The Italian guy?
D'Antoni was like when Jamal Crawford was on the Knicks, Raymond Felton, and things like that. Like D'Antoni, I think was a little bit before.
Gotcha. I'm trying to remember Woodson, man.
But D'Antoni was definitely was the Knicks coach. He was with like David Lee,
and Stoudemire. I still believe the Knicks were good before Melo.
Yeah, but they needed that star.
They needed
that bona fide star, bro.
You're right.
For years.
But yeah, back to Doug Collins.
Yeah, Doug Collins, bro. If you know Mike's story, Doug Collins was with Michael Jordan through all the early stages
of his career.
Of just him elevating his career. But Michael Jordan needed Phil Jackson to win, right? And my thing is if you're gonna subtract, you have to substitute. It's like they tell you in math, right?
Yes.
You have to substitute. You're gonna take away a piece, because Doug Collins and Jordan, if you watch The Last Dance, they were like this.
They were locked in.
They were like this. You understand? So,
but if you have Michael Jordan, like you got to be kind of locked in with him on the same page,
right? But you gotta take into consideration with firing a coach, the chemistry of the star player that they have, right?
Yeah.
So bringing Phil Jackson into the equation, I think the general manager Jerry Strauss of the Bulls at the time, the decision, which ended up being a great decision, but it was a tough one. You know what I'm saying? But it was necessary. And again, you had to subtract, take away the chemistry, take away the foundation, but replace it with a stronger formula, a stronger philosophy that's really going to translate into wins and not just stats for an individual player, right? And Phil Jackson's philosophy ended up not elevating only Jordan, but everybody on the squad.
Exactly, and
Dennis
that's the same
Rodmans,
thing.
Your Scottie Pippins, your Horace Grants, your Steve Kerrs, bro. They was a squad, bro. It was just a squad.
Unfortunately, things happen along the way. But the one thing the book highlighted though, better than the documentary, it's the little moments though. It did talk about the main things in The Last Dance, but it highlighted so many other things like Scottie Pippen talks about there was a play before the shot that was actually really crucial that led up to the shot where he hit the game winner.
You talking about in the finals?
Yeah. In the Utah Jazz game, he said there was an important play.
I watched that game about twice. Watch the whole game. There was definitely a play before. Basketball's a game of runs, bro.
Facts.
It's a game of runs. So you're not gonna just look at the shot that sealed the game to make it seem like that's the reason they won the game. That was the closing shot. But basketball being a game of runs, there was an accumulation of plays that the Bulls did that led up to that. You understand? You just have to watch the game to know. And I want to just quickly bring it back to the Knicks. I'm hoping that the subtract and substitute method will pay off, and I do think it will pay off. I'm not gonna lie. At first I didn't like how they did Thibodeau, but I I do see it from both sides, bro. I really do. Watching how he operated during that Indiana series, a crucial series, bro. I was very upset with him and his decisions, and the whole Knicks culture was, bro. Like, he was very stubborn. He didn't use his bench. He didn't use his bench until he was forced to. We were down in the series. He ended up working, and then he went back to his old. He was just too stubborn. You gotta learn how to be flexible in these playoff situations because these other coaches on these other teams are gonna figure you out.
And that's how I feel about the New York Jets.
Oh, good point.
Man, we are 0-7 right now.
Damn, predictable.
It's really tragic being a Jets fan right now.
Yeah.
I know you.
I'm still on that whole Aaron Rodgers situation.
Bro, that thing is so funny because, like, he's not even having a bad season. Yo, he's thrown over probably 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns, and less than 6 interceptions.
Yeah.
And he's already halfway production what he did an entire season last year on the Jets. So that just shows you our offense was lackluster last year, and he's great. Absolutely.
He's just a great, though.
And he almost won against Joe Flacco in the Thursday night game, but, you know, things happen. I think the football world is very exciting right now. You know, it's wide open. We're in week 7 right now. The Sunday night games happen right now. But yeah, I love football. Not much of a basketball guy, but also baseball is on too. Not much of a baseball guy, but shout out to the Yankees. They had a great season as well. We came up short. I just think right now in the general New York sports is this. I saw this graphic and it was talking about like it's been 5,000 days since a New York franchise won a championship.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
A drought is...
Wait. Sorry, I'm totally disrespectful.
Well, the Yankees just won.
No. You know who just won?
The Liberty.
Exactly.
Liberty, yeah. Can't forget the Liberty.
Can't forget the Liberty.
But the
Shout
Yankees
out to you.
Won recently too, right?
Nah. The Yankees haven't won since I think 09.
Last year, who they faced in the championship?
It was I don't know who they faced, but they lost to
It was in LA?
Had to.
I remember last year something.
I think it was the Dodgers because the Dodgers won the chip.
So the Yankees didn't win anything recently? I don't keep up with baseball. No, I'm sorry. I really don't.
The Yankees, they usually get hot and they do good, and then we can't get past the wild card. A couple past years, actually, we was one series away from the World Series. Yeah. And that's why it was so dramatic because it was like the Yankees were hot and the Knicks were hot around the same time.
Yeah, last year. And I thought the Yankees. I thought the Yankees won either last year or the year before, no?
No. I'm telling you, the Yankees. We could look this up. The Yankees haven't won since 09.
Okay, yeah, I remember 09. Yeah, facts.
But yeah, because I think we were continuing like, all right. So the Yankees was just hot, then the Knicks got hot, and then we segued right into like the summer, and then football started. Yeah. And then
I feel that, bro. Well, yeah, that's sports, man. Quick pivot. I just found a really cool thread on IG that I just want to share real quick.
Shoot it,
and,
man.
It's titled "Things I Had to Unlearn About Friendship," a thread. Ooh. And I think this is very, very immaculate. Just listen to this, man. Mm-hmm. So, number 1, she says that length of time equals loyalty. Just because you've known someone for years doesn't mean they're the right friend for your current season of life. Mm-hmm. Slide number 2 says that friends have to talk every day to be real. Consistency looks different in adulthood. True friends show up when it matters. Slide 3, right? And I'm gonna send this to you, of course. Mm-hmm. That every friend is forever. Some friends are seasonal, and that doesn't mean the bond was fake. It served its purpose for that time. Number 4 say that friends can read my mind. Good friendships require communication. Silence builds distance, not closeness. What I said, 5 or 6? God damn.
I ain't gonna lie, I lost track. They're spitting right now.
Right, it's spitting. That's why I'm even forgetting. That friends are supposed to be perfect. Everyone has flaws. Grace goes both ways. I really like that one. That friendship should never change. Life changes people, marriage, kids, careers. Real friends adapt and grow with those changes. This last one says that I should expect a me from other people. Just because I give, check in, or love a certain way doesn't mean that others will do the same. Learn to value people for how they show up, not just for how I want them to. Brought me peace. So after reading a thing like this, bro, which of these stand the most like present to you?
Damn, bro, low key, all of them kind of like hit my heart. Like, you know when you just hear something and it just flushes your ego and your spirit. So hearing each one of those statements just really like plugged up my heart, bro, and just like it was pure.
That was like a short
some of them,
jab.
Yeah, and I think some of them were like up and down, because like I felt like hearing some of them were like having set expectations, which I believe sometimes you shouldn't have, because when you have set expectations, most of the times you're kind of going to be let down because you have the expectation, and you know it can always be 2 paths or it can be 8 different paths of how it's going to go.
Yeah.
And because you're looking at path 2, you get path 7.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna cut right here real quick.
Okay. Yeah. Child support.
Hey. I think the ones, some of them like were like highs and lows for me, because like hearing it was like seeming like an expectation, like I was saying before. Like the one where it's like it talked about I expect me out of my other friends, and I've had discussions with people about that, and it's like you shouldn't expect the same things from people, because like if someone's gonna do something for you 9 times out of 10, and then no, sorry. Let me retract that. If you're doing something for somebody 9 times out of 10, and out of 10 times they don't do that thing like they do it like maybe 4 times, you're gonna have like a scoreboard to them and that mindset.
I love that word.
But you should do it out of your heart, is what I learned. And don't expect nothing. Don't even expect a thank you.
Yeah. Eventually, after a while, too, expecting it becomes very unfair, bro.
Absolutely.
It becomes very unfair. I want to quickly speak on that, because that was one of the strong ones on this thread to me, was the expecting you out of other people. I have been on both ends of that stick, right? I have very much been butthurt at the people not moving how I would move. And I've had to have conversations about that. I've had to evolve from that. And I've also been on the other end where people have stopped talking to me because I wouldn't do what they would do. So in their minds, they have somewhat of a negative perception of me in this aspect.
Now, I want to ask you a follow-up question. When that reciprocative person sees, or maybe you anticipate that scoreboard, in my opinion, do you think it's because you're not aware of what's going on at times? Because sometimes me as a person, I may not know someone's putting me in a position to help out or give a helping hand, and I might not be aware of that moment. Because sometimes I'm just full of air, man. Like even that moment, like that's very true, bro. Like, you feel me? Like sometimes I just don't think, and I'm just like, what's going on? And then they expected me to help, but I'm just sitting there like, life is good. Yeah, I'm happy. You feel me? Like
take me in the flow state, man.
So like, you know, sometimes it's just like I've been on both ends of the sticks too, and it really sucks. But like the mindset that I have now of just not accepting the thank you has really just helped me overachieve that perspective.
Yeah, bro. It really gives so much perspective, because even the last time, because when I grew out of expecting me and just started to flow, not only things started to get better, but quick story, I remember the last friend, right? And when you break up with friends, you kind of realize all the toxic things that you kind of just tolerated, or the lousy things that you tolerated that really didn't make for a friendship. But this girl that I used to be friends with stopped talking to me, and bro, like I'm not even trying to out her, bro, but like she used to like tears, like bawl tears, because she felt like I wasn't playing my part as a friend like how she was playing her part, which is complete BS, by the way. I don't want to like shit on her experience, but considering what the dynamic was of like the actual circle, what the real you gotta be careful with how people project, because the real truth was I was friends with, like, we were all in a clique, but I was friends stronger with another person, not as much as her. And she was very envious of that. So a lot of times she would try to project and make it seem like I'm not being a good friend, when I was just operating in the way we've always been friends. But you see me that I'm close with this person, and you secretly want that same dynamic, and it could never be that way. So that was kind of the unfair part. So she would be on the phone with me, I remember, and she would just give it to me on the phone, basically expecting her out of me, pretty much with her words she was saying, and she was crying so much, bro. It's just like, if you have a problem with me, just FYI, I'm so down to talk. I'm a conversationalist. We could have a conflict.
That's what we do here.
We could sit and really talk. It don't matter what I'm not gonna say it don't matter what, but most conflicts, I'm a talker. Please don't spend your time talking and crying at the same time, please. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. My girlfriend will tell you, I can't do it. You have to pick one with me. If you're gonna cry before, talk to me after. Fair. Or vice versa. Talk to me first, cry after. If you talk to me most times, you're not gonna feel the need to cry, right? Most people would tell you that. But like, I can't do both.
I understand.
You ever bro, I'm not even trying to exaggerate. Have you ever been in a situation where like a person, the light
went out. All right, another cut.
We still rocking.
Another cut. I got another battery.
Feel me? We still rocking. We still rolling, right?
Yeah, we still rolling.
That's just how we roll.
Someone pay the light bill.
Turn the light on them.
We need to get the lights back on. You know, it's really cool because it's fun.
What was I saying?
We were talking about your friend's situation.
Yeah, so real quick, before we pivot, because hold that. It was just too much crying in that last conversation she had. To the point where I couldn't even like make out the words she was physically saying. And to the person looking outside into the scenario, you like, or from her perspective, you would think I'm a damn abuser listening to her cry on this phone over not nonsense, but stuff that's really not all the way reality, right? And you're really crying because you're projecting your envy on me. If people were a little bit more honest with their feelings, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we wouldn't be in the scenarios but hey, that's another conversation. But that slide came out strong to me. That was one of the slides. Another one real quick was the I think this is probably number one for me, is the one that said that length of time equals loyalty. This is a strong one for me. I used to really live and operate in this mentality. If you've known me for 10 years, that just deems loyalty. If you've known me for over 5 years, even 3 years, that deems some type of loyalty. But I really had to let that go, bro. Because people really move how they move regardless of time. The rest of the slide says...
all right.
Just because, I'm gonna let you... Just because you've known someone for years doesn't mean they're the right friend for your current season of life. Because I had to learn also that there's friends for different seasons. And there are certain ones that stick with pretty much almost all the seasons of your life, but you do meet people through different phases of your life, and that is okay. That doesn't always have to resort to time. Because it'd be the strangers that really do more for you than your actual friends sometimes.
I agreed with the second one. Oh, sorry. I did like the second one overall too. But I like that one as well because it had like a good mixture and a good flow. Because it had like this first part. It had basically 2 points in one. Yes. And I agreed definitely with the points you were talking about. Like a 10-year relationship is definitely demands ultimate loyalty. I don't care, honestly, because like... if you ever ruined a 10, bro, we're like 26, 27, you feel me? So if a 10-year relationship is not that long in our lifetime, so if you ruin something like that, it's super detrimental. I've ruined a 10-year relationship.
Here's context.
You feel me?
Here's context, right? Because we're just saying relationship, whether that be friendship or, well, we're talking friendship in this regard.
Yeah, friendship, family.
Whether friendship or romantic, if you ruin a 10-year relationship, the other side to what you just said is pretty much people have tolerated lousy people for a lot of years, right? So it's like if you were in a 10-year relationship, it's like you can kind of see that as a red flag for that person, but at the same time, people just be around like just lousy people to the point where it's just like they get comfortable.
But I want to bring it back to what you were saying though about like conversation, because look, I believe a 10-year conversation demands loyalty, no matter what, because like that's 10 years. You feel me? 10 years that's a circle of trust and a bond that should take something super detrimental to like break it.
But so suppose you're in 10 years of lousiness though.
10 years of lousiness is like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I just said, you know, in these friendships sometimes we tend to tolerate lousy shit that we don't realize is lousy while we're in the friendship.
Yeah, 10 years of lousiness is kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie, and it's lack of knowledge too. You have to say, because you know we might have not had the social capacity to realize at the time.
And listen, I've had to very much deep that I've been around some very lousy people for a long period of time. You know what I'm saying? At some point,
it happens, man.
Because that's because I was just less mature.
I agree. It happened to me too. We're just everlasting gonna grow from those situations, though.
Yeah,
you know that
for sure.
But it definitely is. It burns a bit. But can you go to the second one real quick? I believe.
The second one. Friends have to talk every day to be real. Consistency looks different in adulthood.
Okay, that one's good because it almost alludes to the second half of that, the middle quote, because I realized this thing and I was talking to my friend about it. We're all in our mid-20s and we're in the time skip arc right now, bro. If you look at our lives like an anime or a show, like this is the part where we're all going our separate paths, and like we come back and like someone might have lost an arm, or someone come back wounded with some bandages. You feel me? You all come back from our war wounds, and that's what I believe. Like, loyalty, like a 10 years of relationship, they should not demand, but should provide some sense of loyalty and growth, and come back with those stories to tell each other and give each other advice so we can nurture those relationships.
Yeah, definitely, for sure, bro, for sure. And in a perfect world, I would say that's how it really should go. Yeah,
but I also want to add, because I have these talks with my dad. I think the pandemic made us a little bit more grimier, in that expectation kind of relation. Putting expectations on relationships, because like I feel like it was easier pre-pandemic because we was younger as well. We didn't have the social capacity, but now I think the pandemic happened and we lost our resources, so it made people more. Okay, I dropped my camera. I think it made people more. What's the word I'm looking for? They're just more attached to what they got going on. Yeah. And it's fair, times have gotten hard, but it happens in a bad economy, just like when the French, that's why the French revolted, because they were going through famines, and the queen was like, let them eat cake. What do you mean, let me eat cake? I'm tight, you know what I'm saying? But
no, word though. Word, bro.
But I guess we could pivot to the thing I was really about to talk about. So I kind of wanted to allude to my like camera experience and I guess talk about creative. We can both talk about our creative journeys a little bit.
Tell your story.
I kind of jumped crazy. It was like, yo, I fuck up a lot, but like, I fuck up a lot. It's really just like, and I guess any other creative can talk about this. It's like you make a lot of mistakes along the journeys, and I remember I do have this clip where me and Rashid kind of talked about it before the podcast, and like sometimes you are your own biggest critic. And sometimes I'm really critical about where I'm at in my journey and where I should be, but it's all a journey. But I was thinking about this graphic where it was like, how like sometimes people think, or people have given you the advice saying you only need to do one thing, and if that one thing keeps you going, and if it's that one thing that's going to make it for you, like some people don't get their break for 10 years, you get what I'm saying? And that pressure is somewhat put like this put me on this hamster wheel to like perform. Like I told you, I did a couple shoots before this, but really, did I need to do all these shoots today when I could have spaced it out a little better? You know, so it's like, am I overworking myself, or am I doing the right amount of work?
Mm-hmm. That is a really ultimate question that I think all creatives ask themselves at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good testimony, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you a lot, bro. And I could more than relate to that for sure. It's like even me with translating to music, staying motivated to find different ways to create, find different ways to talk about what I want to talk about over whatever sounds, and just staying as relevant as I can. Am I doing too much, or am I not doing enough? Sometimes I get into more the mindset of like I feel like I'm not doing enough. But you know, a lot of times I also get into those modes where I'm like, I need to sit my ass down. You know, like I'm just doing a lot. I'm doing just a lot of movement, and it doesn't even feel all the way productive all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes that's the state I get in. So, yeah, I think that's a perspective, bro.
Yeah, and as you know, I mean, you do some camera stuff too as well, and when it comes to editing, and it's just like, yo, when you have several projects to edit, and I'm not even going to say like I do anything on like the high end scale, but it's just like when you have multiple projects and like you're trying to edit it out and you're dealing with other circumstances that no one else sees, and then behind the scenes they don't know what's going on, but in the scene you're like, wow, they don't see. Like I started putting it into perspective as like an iceberg, you get what I'm saying, or like a heap amount of trash. Like everyone doesn't see the mistakes, you know, like maybe you're dealing with like no storage, or you broke your lens, you done this, you did that, you did this, but then they really see like you on this tiny platform when you make that one post and it goes viral, or it might not go viral, but then they don't see the other shadow of either the hill or the iceberg.
Yeah, people don't only see the success and not the journey that it took to get that success. And almost any creative, once again, will tell you that. It's such a, you just have to be a creative to just understand this perspective.
And no journey invalidates anybody else's journey. Just because you've done it, just because you've going through it, like everybody has a different thing. Some people do it without no family. Some people do it without no internet. You get what I'm saying?
That might be a positive note of the day, bro. Right there. Everybody's journey is different from somebody else's. Nobody's journey invalidates the other person's. I fucking love that, bro.
Yeah, man, because it's like
fire shit.
Because some people, like, there's a lot of opinions.
Yeah.
And like, I don't like listening to opinions anymore. And like, you should listen to opinions still,
right?
Like, just to generate new ideas.
But don't invalidate the human experience, bro.
Exactly, because when you can go through that experience and then take the advice later on if it really works for you. Because sometimes the advice might not work for you.
Yeah.
And then you listen to that advice and you implement it as a law, and that law ain't working for you. Now you going backwards because you fall in something else and you're not your own mission.
And that's where the selection of who you talk to comes in, because I really try not to talk to people. If I'm really looking for advice, like on some serious shit, and most times I just flow and figure it out, but I'm gonna talk to somebody that's doing the thing that I'm trying to do.
Definitely.
Not from anybody else, because that's when it gets problematic. That's when you can veer off and lose focus and direction. You understand? So if I am gonna talk to somebody, and I understand your logic totally on not wanting to.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say I'm not totally wanting to. Like, it's like you have to give it, you got to take it with a grain of salt. I guess what I'm really kind of alluding to.
I'm humble enough to know that I can learn something from anybody in this walk of life, bro, and from any walk of life. So it's that's such a good note, bro. I feel like I have to give my positive note now. I once again like, comment, subscribe to the channel. This has been a very calm, flowy conversation. But I'm going to end this off by saying half the battle in life, I would say, is showing up. Just show up.
Definitely show up.
I say this in basketball.
because basketball relates to life. You got to show up. On defense, you have to show up because 90% of defense, maybe 100% of defense is effort. When you give effort, honestly, you have to let the chips fall where they lay from there. But effort is always where anything starts.
Smooth, man.
You know what I'm saying? I have to leave it there. J-Real SUAVÉ, cameraman Tay coming in the building for his first official episode.
It
Won't
was
be his
smooth
last.
to be here. I hope to be back. You know, I want to be here with Rashid so we can be cracking up.
Yeah, won't be his last. You know what I'm saying? He just filled in today. Appreciate him coming through. But please like, comment, subscribe to the channel once again. Follow our Instagram. All our clips is going to be.
Oh, yeah, I forgot I'm going to put my tag up here now.
Yeah, facts, you know. It's going to be there. Y'all going to see. But Can't Make This Up podcast. This is episode 39?
39.
Episode 39. More episodes coming. Thanks for rocking with us.
Peace.
Peace.